Hi friends, good evening. Welcome back to my craft channel where we going to take you through doing different crafts using minimum supplies for getting through our lockdown phase. So today I'm going to share with you some fun activities what we could do to keep your kids busy. We're going to do four different kind of activities. So the first one, what I'm going to get started is a scratch art. So as you know, many kids are aware of what scratch art is. So today we'll be doing one what we can do out of our home. So for that we need materials. You can use your crayons or your oil pastels. Basically it needs to have some wax and black paint. I have acrylic, but if you have tempera paint it still works. And if you notice my palette, there is a little dish soap, very little. Look at the palette. And of course some sharp tool to scratch off uh, after you're done with the scratch off sheet. So I had this knitting needle, or you can use an empty refill, or you can also use your pencil. So to begin with scratch off, first choose whatever colors you think you want. You can put more than one colors, and there's no right or wrong way to color. Just make sure there are no white spots and there's a good buildup of the crayon or wax. So I like to use a lot of yellow. And if you're wondering why my sheet is looking messy, I'm trying to reuse whatever paper I have, my scrap paper, as I'm following my lockdown seriously, not stepping out of home to buy any more supplies. So if you've seen, I've finished coloring my sheet. Just make sure there are no white spots. And there's really no right or wrong way to color it. You just have to fill it. So once you're done, grab your brush and then take a little bit of the dishwashing liquid and mix it into your paint. Nice. Better take some more. So now it's just any regular dish soap I added. It's just make sure it does not contain any bleach in it. Okay, and just go all the way top to bottom. What I've noticed is giving excess coat, it kind of flakes off my entire surface with the black. So what has worked for me is the more less paint, just enough to cover the wax or cover the crayon. So probably I'm just doing one coat, just about to color the crayon. I'm trying to keep it as thin as possible. Something like this after it's done, and you want to set it out to dry. I've already had a pre-made sheet which I set it out for dry, and it's all dried up, so you can see this is what I have. So if you can see. Okay, so this is one set we can do, and our second thing what will be moving is I'll show you how to create texture plates just by using glue. So if you remember, I'm sure all of you must have done it. When I was a kid, I used to love to keep a coin and trace over it and see what happens when I trace over. So just in the same way, you can create a texture sheet for your kids with glue. So just, you can just use your any regular glue. I just have the purple glue. Otherwise, you can use Elmer's white glue as well. So go ahead and make some random patterns, whatever you think your child might like. Might be some waves or like a spiral. Or if you want to just add any design, you could do some designs, or you can do some hearts. So you can trace any design, you can just keep a free flow. I just made some spirals. So the idea is for them to explore what is the texture below by tracing over with a pencil. So you can put in some, alphabets, you can put some spiral, more busier patterns. So this is what it looks, and you want it to wait to dry. I have another copy here. So it's going to look like this when it's all dried. So you see I have some curves and everything. So I also made some, pre-made some and kept them here. So you can see I made some during Easter. So if we kind of trace it, just give me a minute. See, I finished tracing my chick, just going over it. So you can see how you can see the eyes and the egg hatching. Okay, so in the same way, you're free to use anything what you like or what your child likes. You just want to add a bunch of hearts. So do a couple of them, so it's it kind of motivates them to find what's more hidden in the picture. You can see I've got another heart. So our third one is making an invisible ink message board for your child. So it's nothing but you just need a white crayon. A white crayon acts as resist. So you can include some fun messages for your child all over the page. Some little hearts, kiss, love, and ask them to color over with any marker they have. You can see how it's going to show through. I'm going to use different shades. Now the last phase is I like to include a bit of learning in anything what kids do. So I know a lot of kids have a bunch of stickers lying around the house. So I like them to build a sticker story. So I ask them to pick their sticker, just given about a couple of sticker sheets to them, and ask them to pick one sticker and build a sentence right next to it. So that way they get excited choosing, and they also go ahead and build a story revolving around what stickers they have. So that's a fun exercise and activity to include for your kids. So what I would like to do is I like to include all of this and make like a fun activity book for them. So I'm going to go ahead and staple all our sheets. So if you remember, we did the texture sheets. So I'm going to put some white sheets. Make sure it's completely dry before you go in there. So we don't want the sheets sticking up. So make sure. And again, like I explained, I'm just reusing all my old scrap paper, what I have. So let's get back our scratch paper. Okay, so I'm just going to fold it because I had a big huge sheet. See, I kind of put stapled it, bunched it up, and I added a tape on the top just to make it look like a book. And you can go ahead and use this. You can start doing whatever designs you would like to go on it. And like we discussed, all the 4 sheets, I stapled it together so kids can use it like an activity book. So you can see I already see my texture sheet here. I already did some bit of texture. I kind of bundled up my sticker book, my sticker sheet book. So they can use this book and make something throughout. I hope you all enjoyed it, and you get to make this with your kids, and do share your creations. I would love to see what you've done with your scratch art. So keep us posted. Thank you. Enjoy.